Well, the REC TCC is more or less the steering committee of a work program for the regional integration cluster of the SSATP. So it's a group of development partners, corridor authorities, regional economic communities, regional organization, national organization also in that case, because we have also some national participants, which is really reviewing the progress of what we are doing in the regional integration cluster of the SSATP. So checking where we have progress, where we are stuck, and trying to define what we need to do after that, first to unblock where we are stuck and then continue to use what we have been doing. We need to clarify that relationship. I mean, we need to have somebody consuming the paper, and then after that agree on what do we do to update the data and what are the modalities for all that. Thank you.
This is part of the African program to improve transport efficiencies in Eastern and Southern Africa, and therefore it's important that any stakeholder that plays an important role in transport efficiencies in Africa should be present at this forum, especially those regional stakeholders such as regional associations, regional economic communities, and international cooperating partners. And then I see the REC TCC as being the forum to keep that document updated. Thank you.
Our three biggest challenges in terms of transport policy is first, the search for common solutions. We have to interact with our member states, and transport is an area where there's a multiplicity of players. We have to work with policymakers in government, then we have to work with the service providers such as transporters. Finally, we also have to work with the local communities and authorities in the formulation and search for common solution to our transport challenges.
My presentation this morning was on the Joint Border Post program that we are undertaking in West Africa, which is a key component of our regional transport facilitation program. And the objective is basically to ease cross-border movements, which has been identified as a key bottleneck to transportation and the free movement of persons in West Africa.
The three are one is between Nigeria and Benin at the Seme border. I think the busiest border in Western Africa. We've benefited as usual from this platform that brings together experts in the field of trade and transport to deliberate on ways of improving cross-border trade and regional integration, which is more or less the most important vision or objective of Africa as a continent.
I believe SSATP is the only, the program which gives us the opportunity to discuss about the continental-wide in terms of the trade and transport facilitation.
As you know, the barriers to trade are one, tariff barriers to trade, which governments have done quite a lot to try to reduce in terms of duties and taxes. But what's left now is the most difficult part, which is to do with non-tariff barriers.
Well, the overall picture that is raising from this discussion is that there are so many things happening in Africa now in terms of improving the trade logistics environment. And some countries are going fast forward. Some countries are not, and we would like to learn the processes that make some countries develop and some countries not. Reforms are in key position, of course. So many countries have gone through difficult improvements and reforms in order to make it possible for traders and transporters to freely exercise their business and to make the trading faster, easier, cheaper. And this is also our goal.